Okay, so I want you to picture the scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 11 o'clock at night. You've had a long day. Your brain is just completely fried, but you're scrolling through YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I know this feeling.
Right. And you have this vague sort of guilt-inducing ambition that you should be improving yourself.
Late night productivity spiral. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And the algorithm, in its, infinite wisdom, serves you up this video with a title that is just, it's too good to be true. It basically says, listen for just 10 minutes a day, and you will naturally start speaking Mandarin Chinese.
The ultimate promise. The magic pill method. It's so enticing because it suggests that learning a language doesn't have to be work. It can just be, atmospheric.
Exactly. It's the dream of passive osmosis. The idea that you could just wash the dishes, have this audio playing, and suddenly you're fluent in one of the hardest languages on earth.
Right.
So naturally, being the skeptics, or maybe the optimists that we are, we had to click. We pulled the transcript from a video by a creator named Jinkong Zhu to see what is actually inside this magic pill. And I have to say, I was expecting, hello, thank you, where is the bathroom?
The standard tourist phrases, yeah.
Right. But that is definitely not what we found.
Not even close. It's funny because when you sent me this transcript, I thought the file was corrupted or something. It doesn't read like a lesson. It reads like a stream of consciousness poem, or maybe a code.
It feels like a fever dream. It's this loop of characters, these repetitive mechanical sounds, and there's a hidden narrative that is honestly kind of bizarre. But that's our mission for this deep dive.
Okay.
We're not just going to translate these words. We are going to treat this jumble of characters like a crime scene. We're going to piece together the hidden story of the protagonist trapped inside this loop.
I like that.
And along the way, we're going to extract the actual high-value linguistic building blocks hidden in the madness. Because believe it or not, you think there's a method to this.
I do. I really do. I think beneath the chaos, there are some fundamental rules of Chinese grammar and logic that are actually pretty clever. But you have to be willing to surrender to the weirdness first.
Okay, I'm ready to surrender. So set the scene for us. We hit play. We don't get intro music. No, hi, I'm your teacher. We're just dropped straight into the void. What are the first things we hear?
We start with the elements, the raw data of the universe almost. The transcript opens with a sequence of 4 concepts that just repeat over and over. Sun, beginning. Sky, early.
It sounds almost biblical. In the beginning, there was the sun.
It creates a very specific vibe. The character for Sunri is the anchor here. And this is the first nugget for anyone trying to, wrap their head around Mandarin. Ri isn't just a random sound. It's a pictograph. If you look at the character, it's a rectangle with a line in the middle. But if you go back thousands of years to the oracle bones, it was a circle with a dot in the center.
A literal drawing of the sun.
A literal drawing. So when you hear Ri, you aren't just hearing a vocabulary word. You're engaging with one of the oldest preserved concepts in human communication. It's elemental.
So the audio loops this. Ri, which is sun, paired with Chu, which is beginning. Then Tian, which I know can mean sky or day.
Right.
And Zhao, meaning early.
Exactly. So before you even learn to say, I am hungry or my name is, this method is grounding you in the concept of time. It's telling you the sun is up, the day has begun, the sky is early, wake up.
It establishes a rhythm. It's not a conversation. It's more like a drum beat. Sun, start day, early. It feels primal. It puts you in a trance.
It does.
But then, out of this sort of cosmic sunrise, we get introduced to a person. And this is where the story, if you can even call it that, actually begins. We keep seeing a name pop up.
The elusive An Li.
An Li, right. The text refers to her as An Li, sometimes just Li, and sometimes these weird glitches like Dan or Ban, which I'm assuming are just phonetic errors in the matrix.
Literally.
But An Li seems to be the avatar we're inhabiting. So we have the setting, the sun is up, the sky is early, Zhao, and we have our character, An Li. What is An Li doing on this glorious morning?
Well, An Li is doing what I think most of us want to do when the sun comes up too early. She is facing a crisis of motivation. The transcript hits us with this repeated phrase, kibuki.
Kibuki. Now, to an English speaker, that sounds like a stutter, or maybe a beatbox or something, but you're telling me this is actually a massive grammar hack?
It is. This is one of the most efficient things about Mandarin, and it's something that usually takes textbooks a long time to explain.
Okay.
In English, if you want to ask a question, you have to rearrange the whole sentence, right? You say, do you want to get up? Yeah, do. You change the intonation. It's kind of clunky.
Sure. Do you or will you?
Yeah. In Chinese, you don't do any of that. You just take the verb, add no, and then the verb again. It's called the a not a structure.
So ki means get up or rise, and bu means no. So literally the sentence is rise, no rise.
Precisely. Ki bu ki. It's a binary choice. It cuts through all the politeness. The text isn't asking, would you mind getting up? Or are you thinking about it? It's just rising or not rising. Pick one.
I love that. It's so aggressive. It's the central conflict of the entire deep dive. The sun is screaming, day, early, start. And An-Li is lying there asking herself, rise or no rise? It feels very existential for a YouTube video.
It is, and the text answers the question for us almost immediately. We get this phrase that comes right after, Zai Tuang Bu Zhu.
Let's break that down because this spoke to my soul. Zai Chuang.
Zai is a preposition. It usually means at or in, and Chuang is bed, so in bed.
Bu Zhu.
Bu, is that negation again? No. And Zhu is a very common verb meaning go or walk. So in bed, not go.
In bed, not go. That is my new life motto. Honestly, think about traditional language learning. You spend weeks learning the apple is red or the boy runs fast, but this loop is teaching you something so much more visceral. I am in bed and I am refusing to move.
It's relatable, for sure, but look at what it's doing to your brain from a learning perspective. It is drilling the concept of negation. The character Bu is the star of the show here. You just hear it constantly. Ki bu ki, get up or not. Kan bu kan, look or not. Shubo bujuo, say or not.
It's a world of black and white. You do the thing or you don't do the thing. There's no maybe.
And An-Li overwhelmingly is choosing don't. She is the queen of Bu.
She really is. So we have An-Li firmly planted in her bed, Zai Chuang. But the video doesn't let her rest. It zooms out again. We go from the micro drama of the bed back to the macro drama of the universe.
Wow.
There's this spatial phrase that keeps repeating, almost like a chant. Ri zai shang, ren zai xia.
This is where the transcript gets surprisingly philosophical. Ri zai shang, sun is above. Ren zai xia, person is below.
Sun above, person below.
On a surface level, this is a lesson in prepositions. Shang means up, on, or above. Xia means down, below, or under. And these are super high frequency words. You use them for everything. Like getting in a car is Shanshe, going to work is Shangban. Even next week is Xiegesinki.
Wait, really? Next week is down week?
Yes, in Chinese, time often flows downwards. The past is up, the future is down.
That is going to break my brain, but okay, let's stick to the physical for a second. In this context, sun above, person below, it feels like a hierarchy. The sun is the boss, the sun is up, and the person poor and lie is down.
It physically places the learner in the environment. You're not just a floating consciousness learning words. You are a Ren person, and you are physically positioned beneath the sun. It explains the pressure. If the sun is above, looming over you, and you are below, hiding under the covers, no wonder you don't want to get up. The universe is physically imposing itself on you.
It creates a whole picture of the world. Sun up, person down. It's almost oppressive. But the drill demands action. We mentioned get up and go, but the text seems obsessed with two other verbs, can and shuo.
Right, can meaning to look or see, and shuo meaning to speak or say.
And the text is constantly interrogating us, can bu can, look or not, shu bu shuo, speak or not.
It feels like An-Li is being tested.
I think you are being tested. Remember, this is an audio drill for speaking Chinese. So when the voice asks, shu bu shu, speak or not, it's breaking the fourth wall. It's challenging you, the listener. Are you going to open your mouth and make these noises? Or are you going to stay silent?
That's deep. It's like the video knows we're just listening passively while doing the laundry. It's calling us out. Are you going to speak?
And if you don't speak, you aren't really learning. So shuvu bushuo is the ultimate question of the language learner.
And then, right as I was feeling that pressure, the trance just breaks. We found something in the transcript that made us both do a double take.
Oh, the glitch. The glitch. So we're flowing along. Sun, up, down, bed, speak. And suddenly, in the middle of this stream of Chinese characters, an English word just drops in like a bomb. The transcript reads, shori, family, shao.
Family, just the English word family.
Followed immediately by the character shao, which means laugh.
It is a complete disruption. I mean, up until that point, your brain is trying to find the rhythm of the Mandarin. You're in the zone, you're visualizing the sun in the bed, and then family just drops in.
Speak, sun, family, laugh. What does that even mean? Is the video mocking us? Is An-Li's family standing in the doorway laughing at her because she's still in bed at noon?
It's hard to say. Now, to be fair to the source material, we have to think about how these videos are made. This is likely an algorithmic artifact.
Okay.
These videos are often generated by scraping high-frequency word lists and feeding them into a text-to-speech engine. Family is a common word. Laugh is a common word. They probably just collided in the database.
See, that's the rational explanation, but narratively, it's creepy. It adds this strange emotional texture. We have the solemn, godlike sun above, the depressed person below, and then suddenly this flash of family and laughter. It feels like a memory intruding on a dream.
That's a great way to put it. Like Anli is drifting off to sleep and hearing voices.
Yeah.
It jolts you out of the rhythm, but the text recovers. It shakes off the family glitch and goes back to the drill. And I think we finally found the moral of the story, or at least the resolution to Anli's struggle. There is a phrase that appears alongside the in-bed line.
Which is?
Mingtian Zhu.
Mingtian Zhu.
Mingtian means tomorrow, and Zhu means learn or study.
Learn tomorrow.
Put that together with the rest of the narrative. And Li's in bed. Sai Chuang, she won't get up. She won't go buzu. And the text offers this solution: learn tomorrow.
It's the anthem of procrastination. I thought this was a motivational tape. It's not a lesson about seizing the day. It's a lesson about putting it off. Sun is up. I am down. I am in bed. I will learn tomorrow.
Which is incredibly ironic, considering the title of the video promises you will learn naturally in 10 minutes today. But the text itself seems to be giving you permission to give up.
Or maybe Ming Chun Zhu is the promise. Like, keep listening and you will learn. Eventually. Tomorrow, always tomorrow.
That's a charitable interpretation. But it does touch on something real in language learning called the input hypothesis. The idea that you don't always need to force production or studying right away. Sometimes you just need to let the data wash over you.
So Anli isn't lazy, she's just soaking in the input.
Maybe she's the smartest one of us all. She knows she's not ready to speak. She's just going to lie there and listen. She is respecting her own pace. Ming Tuan Zhu.
I like that. We're reclaiming Anli's laziness as a strategy. But we have one more puzzle piece to address, and this one involves geography, the Japan confusion. This part really threw me for a loop. We see the character Ben pop up a lot.
Ben. This is a tricky one because it has multiple meanings. On its own, it means root or origin or foundation.
Like the root of a tree.
Exactly. The character actually looks like the character for wood or tree with a little horizontal line drawn across the bottom roots. It's very literal.
Okay, root. That fits with the whole nature theme.
But it is most famous for being the second half of the word for Japan. Re-ben.
Re meaning sun, ben meaning root.
Sun root, or the origin of the sun,
Right.
which is why Japan is called the land of the rising sun. It's looking eastward from China.
That is a cool little nugget. So re-ben is the root of the sun, but the text gives us these garbled strings like li shuo, re-ben bushuo.
Right.
Li says Japan doesn't say. What is that?
Or Lee's speaks of Japan but doesn't speak. It's ambiguous. Because the sentences are so fragmented, we don't know if the text is suddenly talking about the country of Japan or if it's just recombining the character for sun, Li, and the character for root, Ben, to drill the sounds.
It just adds to the surreal quality. It feels like we're listening to a radio station that is slightly detuned. You catch sun, bed, Japan, family, laugh. It's a collage. And honestly, it made me wonder if I was actually learning anything or just hallucinating.
And I would argue that might be the point. If we step back and look at the mission of this source material,
Yeah.
it's not to tell a coherent story about a trip to Japan. It's to map the phonetic landscape.
Right. It's treating your brain like a pattern matching machine.
Exactly. It's exposing the listener to re and ben and bu and shuo
Yeah.
in every possible combination. It doesn't matter if Japan doesn't say it, makes logical sense. It matters that your ear hears the transition between re and ben and bu.
So the nonsense is a feature, not a bug.
In a way, yes. It forces your brain to stop looking for meaning, which is hard work, and start listening to the sound. When meaning breaks down like sun above, person below, family laugh, your brain has to latch onto the phonetics just to stay afloat.
That is fascinating. It's like forcing your brain into a different mode of processing. But poor Anli, she's just trapped in this phonetic loop. She's collateral damage.
She is the vessel for the vocabulary. She has to stay in bed so we can learn the word for bed. She has to refuse to get up so we can learn the word for no.
She's sacrificing her morning for our education. Thank you, Anli.
But this raises an important question about how we approach learning anything new. We often want things to be perfectly logical and linear. Lesson 1, greetings. Lesson 2, foods.
Right. We want the textbook approach. We want safety. We want to know that chapter 1 leads to chapter 2.
Exactly. But this source, this 10-minute Mandarin loop, is messy. It's chaotic. It mixes sun god philosophy with family laugh glitches. And yet
I bet if we turn this off right now, you and I would both remember Ri and Zai Chuang and...
We absolutely would. I think the repetition works. But also, the weirdness makes it sticky. You remember sun above, person below, because it's such a strange, stark image. You don't remember hello, how are you, because you've heard it a million times.
So in a way, the weird dream logic is actually a powerful mnemonic device. The stranger the story, the more likely we are to recall it.
Precisely. It bypasses the logical brain and goes straight to the subconscious.
So what does this all mean for the listener? If you're someone who wants to learn something new, whether it's Mandarin or anything else, maybe you don't always need the perfect, polished curriculum.
Sometimes you just need exposure.
Yeah.
You need to let the raw data wash over you, even if it doesn't make total sense immediately. Ming Chen Zhu, you learn tomorrow. Today, you just listen.
Today, you just listen. It takes the pressure off. You don't have to understand every grammatical nuance of Liza's Japan doesn't say. You just have to hear it.
And eventually, the patterns emerge. The sun separates from the sky, the up separates from the down, and you start to speak. It's how babies learn. They listen to nonsense for 2 years before they say mama.
It's a very Zen approach to language learning, or maybe just a very lazy one, which fits on Li perfectly.
It fits her perfectly.
So we've tracked the sun, we've analyzed the hierarchy of the universe, and we've psychoanalyzed a fictional character named Li who refuses to get out of bed.
We have certainly covered a lot of ground for a text that basically just says, don't go.
We really have. So let's recap the story we uncovered today. It is morning, the sun is Ri, and it is Shang, up. We are Ren, people, and we are Jia, down. And Li is in Chuang, bed. She is deciding, ki bu ki, get up or not. She decides, boo. She sees family and laughs, and she decides she will Ming Tan Sku learn tomorrow.
A tragedy in 3 acts.
Or a comedy, depending on how much you like sleeping in. But seriously, the takeaway here is valid. 10 minutes of exposure. High frequency characters. Sun, person, up, down, no bed. If you listen to this loop for a week, those words would be burned into your brain.
And that's the promise. Not that you'll be debating philosophy, but that you will have the building blocks. And sometimes that's enough to start.
It's a start. And speaking of starts, maybe we should let Annalie finally get some sleep so she can actually get up tomorrow.
I think she's earned it.
I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. We talked about how our brains look for patterns. We took a stream of repetitive, almost nonsensical audio, and we built an entire narrative around it. We gave Li a personality. We gave the sun a godlike status.
We did. We imposed order on chaos.
Exactly. So is language learning really about memorizing definitions? Or is it just our brain's desperate attempt to tell a story so that the noises coming out of other people's mouths makes sense?
That's the big question. Are we learning the language, or are we just creating a story that fits the sounds?
And more importantly, did Anlai ever actually get out of bed? Or is she still there waiting for tomorrow?
I like to think she's still there.
Me too. Thanks for diving in with us.
See you next time.